Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's good to be here, and I hope you're doing well. I'm bringing you some more Terracards content today, and again, we're not going to do a challenge run. Instead, we're going to actually play the game, but we're going to play the game again with a focus. So if you saw my my last video, the focus was soy. Well, the focus today is going to be crabs. Always been interested in the old crabs. They're just kind of here. They're, you know, the only aquatic animal you can really get, right? So they're interesting. So what do we know about the crabs? Well, we know that the crabs get bonus production when they're on the same island as other crabs. We also know the crabs eat eggs. And when they eat eggs, they get a further production boost, which is definitely something that we can take advantage of. They also take an excessive 7 water, and they require fish. So we need to get fish, gives you the crab leg. And then there's also the king crab, which doubles the same island production of crabs. So that's doubles, which is pretty big. So if you get a big stack of crabs, taking advantage of this production bonus, and then you throw in a king crab there, I think you're looking pretty. That's a king crab leg as well. 30 water, so again, it's water intensive. And obviously the essence rewards that increase our animal production will work on crabs, and they tend to kind of synergize together well. So that is going to be the objective for today's run, and we're going to see how viable crabs are. We're going to see how far that we can take the crabs, and we're going to analyze how future-proof perhaps they are. But as with everything, it all starts with a good block of energy production, and the sunflower of course achieves that. If you've seen some of my other videos on this channel, you know that I'm a huge fan of the sunflower, so we're gonna go ahead for our first roll there. We took sunflower. It's unsurprising, it truly is, but you're gonna see why. We're gonna take, we can take small fences right off the bat here. I think it's a good play. We do have 3 of them, so let's go ahead and take them. It'll help us get our Crabtopia. Let's call it the Crabtopia. We'll get the Crabtopia off the ground here and rolling. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. It's just a glorious day here, isn't it? So one of the things for crabs is, of course, chickens. So we're going to get a lot of chickens as well, but chickens need corn. So we're going to take corn here because chickens eat the corn to produce the egg. And the egg is obviously instrumental in just maximizing the volume and production of our Crabtopia empire. So let's go ahead and throw in some corn. We are keeping an eye on water as usual early game here. Not too worried about it with the surplus we have built up, and I believe we have a few more water wells in our hand as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. Blue wheat is another staple to our economy, and blue wheat is going to go really well with our sunflowers, but it also goes really well with a watery tree, especially when you factor in the boosted production of being adjacent to the sunflower. So not only does this give you a massive amount of energy, it also gives you a massive amount of water once you get the watery tree in your hand. Do note, it's definitely key. You could go with that, or you could go with, you know, solar panels and a bunch of other kind of structural water solutions. But why not just go with the natural? It's better anyways. Alright, our first kind of hand here where we have a little bit of flexibility. We are keeping an eye out for more sunflowers and blue wheat. Electric carrot is not really important to us. We could go medium fence, or we could go chicken. We are, of course, looking for our first set of crabs too. I'm gonna just stock up on fences here. We gotta get our infrastructure in place. I think we want to grab crabs first. And of course, if we see the king crab, we're gonna want to grab that too. Those are a little more on the rare side. Also keeping an eye out for the watery tree. Water chicken, fuel peanuts. There's the ever-present soy. We're not going to take that this time around though. We do have the chickens here. Let's re-roll again. Why don't we grab, I'm thinking water well. Otherwise, if we can roll into a watery tree, that would be great. We're can roll into more blue wheats. Let's go ahead and do that. I think any empire of anything or any utopia of any one or thing all starts with a solid energy infrastructure. And that's what we're getting in place right now. So for our first essence reward, so this is an animal production buff, but it's really going to put a lot of the emphasis on fuel instead of water. It does plus 10 production. Or we can go paste bloom. I'm going to go paste bloom because sunflowers are very much the present and the future. So we're going to grab that, and we're really just looking out for a watery tree now. Grape silo, blue wheat. Do have more blue wheat. If we do that, we're going to start running low on water. So we're kind of forced to roll into a watery tree, which we do right there. Excellent. Whole bunch of blue wheat production on this island here. So let's get the watery tree in our hands, which we do. And let's just solve our water problems with one placement of one tree. Boom. Plus 214. You love to see it, folks. Let's get another blue wheat island here and keep rolling. So now I think we're in a good position to start laying down some crabs. We can get the water well out of our hands as well. Chicken, sheep, more corn. We could certainly go more corn. We could start just stocking fences as well. Or we could roll into crabs. Why don't we go with more corn? Just to make sure we have enough to feed our chickens. To really get that egg production through the roof. Let's toss our corn out here. Could always use just more corn. Get some more adjacent islands of it. Really capitalize on that adjacency bonus that it gets when you have 16 plants on the same island, of course. Rerolling, so we're really looking for crabs here. Definitely willing to reroll a few times. Let's grab blue wheat. Not looking to completely break the bank on rerolling costs just yet. And the blue wheat, of course, does help just get our energy production through the roof into the moon. Let's grab watery tree. That's kind of a no-brainer. It's just one of those cards that I feel is important to grab, especially early on in the game when it's available to you. In fact, I would almost ask why you wouldn't grab it. It's that good, folks. Alright, now I think we're in a great position to start getting down our fencing and our animals. The animal, of course, is the crab, but we're not really getting a crab. So why don't we go ahead and get some... Let's get a melter. Melter will get popcorn. The popcorn buff will work for the crabs if we manage to roll into it. So why wouldn't we have the infrastructure in place and ready to go to start feeding our crabs popcorn, silly enough, when the time comes. Also need a fisherman's hut as well, so keep that in mind. More medium fences. Field corn. We're going to grab field corn because we do, of course, need fuel to operate the melter. So we do get our melter in hand, which is good to see. You love to see it. Throw the melter down there. And let's roll again. Produces 20 fuel if melted on a melter. So we're going to go ahead and throw... Actually, no. We're going to throw it right there because it all works together. Throw another watery tree down right here. Get some more water. Okay, we're looking out for the fisherman's hut. We're looking out for the crab. Could also grab some more corn here too. Let's grab just a bit more corn. I like that play. I think it's a fine play. Makes sense. Alright, so our first buff, I mean veganism, we haven't placed an animal down yet, but for this particular playthrough, that's not going to be the best. So I think there is an angle here with flush. What I mean by that is, so you get 4 equal cards. So you get 4 of the same card, essentially. But if you get the king crab, right, then you get 4 king crabs. I mean, it's kind of a risk. Let's do +2 to hand size. I think flush, if it comes back around again, we can certainly take a peek at it. But I think getting consistent king crab draws is going to be a problem. And the king crab is very important and instrumental to trying to break the game with crab legs. Crabtopia. Alright. Gonna have to get into some expensive reroll costs here. Let's grab medium fence. The things that we need have eluded us so far. In fact, I haven't even seen a crab yet. Maybe the game logic is, since I haven't gone Fisherman's Hut, which I also haven't seen yet, why would I go crab? Maybe that's kind of what it's thinking. Be interested to learn kind of what makes the determination for the types of cards that you get. Because I don't see the game giving you like an oven right now, right? Because I don't have anything that the oven could be used for. Here's a king crab. We'll go ahead and take that and put that safely in our hand. It is a good play. Maybe that will kind of encourage the game to give us some regular crabs, which of course work with the king crab. So when we think about kind of a centralized production zone, we can go here and we can go here. I'm thinking chicken in the middle for massive egg production. And then crabs surrounding it, right? And then barn, 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 barn. The water cost is going to be excessive, of course, but that's why you have the water infrastructure in place. We could even space this out one more as well. So why don't we do that? Let's throw a medium fence right in the middle. And let's get our chickens right here, our future chickens. And then let's go this, this, and this. Very much in the planning phase yet, while we get the cards that we're looking for in our hands. Alright, that's not gonna work. We do get chickens. I think chickens are the right play here. So let's grab the chickens. Let's start tossing them right here. $8,100 is due. The tax man cometh. We'll pay that. There isn't a sense in playing our king crab quite yet. One of the global essences we're looking for is, of course, I believe it's called Rabbit Apprentice. And that'll give you an animal card if you have two of the same card on an island of lesser value. And I think there's an angle with that to really maximize the king crab, but let's get there first. Let's re-roll. We do get another king crab. I like that play quite a bit. We'll take that. Like I said, I think it's going to be the hardest card to get consistently. However, it's been the crabs that have eluded us so far. And when I say eluding us, I mean really eluding us. More sunflowers. We also get the giant sunflower. We do need some more sunflowers for sure. I think we'll see the giant sunflower again. So I'll go ahead and grab the sunflowers so we can just continue to fill out this island here and just get more of that sweet, sweet energy and water. Let's go to another island right here for our additional sunflowers. Giant chicken. Now that's certainly a play as well. Could go giant chicken. We really just need some crabs though, man. Need a fisherman's hut too. There's a fisherman's hut. Let's grab that. let's grab that for sure. And what we can do with that is we can actually expand it off down here. I like that play. So we'll throw that down here. And that's going to give us some fish for the crabs that we haven't even sniffed yet. But that's alright. We're getting there. I think maybe perhaps you're starting to kind of visualize how this is going to shape up. And then what we're testing here is build viability, right? So we could get a few more fisherman huts. I don't hate that. Gonna want to make sure we get plenty of fish. And then we have weed expansion going wide or flush. Again, we get the flush. I don't think we're in a great position for the flush yet. Or are we? I mean, what are you gonna do? Because I believe it draws a card from your deck, and then you just get 4 of that card, right? Weed expansion is useful. I'll try to screw around with the flush, I think. Does the flush and we're gonna see the flush and the dealer's hand go together. We'll take it. This might have just busted it up for me, but we'll see. Yeah, this might have just busted my run here actually. We'll see. Barn, yes, definitely get the barn. So for the fencing, we can just put that in here. Otherwise, we do have a medium fence. We can kind of hold out for that maybe, and then go medium fences all around this to really maximize. I think I like that idea a little bit better. I like that idea a little bit better. We can definitely utilize the small fence for sure. But if we're going big, might as well go medium. Water cow, sheep, sugar cane, giant carrot, more king crabs. We'll take them. Another thing that the flush will do is I could potentially get 4 giant sunflowers as well, which would be an interesting little wrinkle. More fisherman hut. Here we go. We finally got our crabs. So that's good. That's what you want to see. I'd love to see that. I think we can really start to kind of launch this into orbit now. I mean, we just go with the small fences at this point, right? Yeah, we do. So we're going to take advantage of the flush here. And we finally get some crabs. So we're going to play our crabs. And the king crab takes 6, okay? So if we put 2 crabs and then a king crab, I believe that's maximizing without the home sweet home buff. However, there is something that I want to try as well. And it revolves around the king crabs. But we're going to need the home sweet home buff for it to really work. Water tank. Giant chicken. Yeah, we'll go giant chicken. So my thought is, so this occupies 6 slots, right? My thought is to get 2 of them in the same fence. And then if we get that Rabbit Apprentice Essence reward, it'll give us a free king crab at every turn. So that's definitely something. You can see the king crabs really boosting the production of our basic crabs there. And we're starting to get a little bit of crab leg action. On the old farm. This will be an expensive expansion. That's okay. So this is adjacent islands. So we can make all of this adjacent, I guess, if we wanted to. What's the cost there? Too steep of a cost for me to really care about right now. Maybe in the future we can get real cute. Alright, giant chicken is in place. Now we just need more basic crabs. The income's kind of holding up, but it took us a while to get off the ground, but hopefully we get off the ground in a big way here. Could go lake to boost fish production. Yeah, alright. Let's do that. And producing 34. Getting 17k per turn. Got some more giant chicken. I mean, we are going to get these islands here eventually. But what's a giant chicken gonna do? I mean, I suppose we could go fence right here and get more eggs coming in. But we don't have the fence. So it's kind of like, what's the point? Water chicken. Water tree. 50 grand. More crabs. You love it. You gotta love it. Alright, so we're gonna go barn here. And of course, we don't really have the income to expand right when we're kind of enabled to expand here. Well, that's alright. We do have a barn on the board. Let's see, what did we get here? So we do get Rabbit Apprentice. So this is going to give us chickens and crabs every single turn. Yeah, I like that. And I want a little fence with just 2 king crabs in it. I still have a king crab card in my hand, which is great. That will give us a king crab every turn as well. We're forced into sunflowers here, which isn't a bad thing, transparently enough. Just gonna have to end our turn there, because this is where the flush is really working against us. There's no variety in our hand. Place some more sunflowers there. Giant sunflower. Yep, I'm definitely grabbing that. Barn. The bills are due in 6 days. So we could throw a barn right here. Let's do that. More crabs. Kind of just waiting for the king crab or the home sweet home buff. Here at this early stage of day 86. Kind of feels like we're scraping by here, folks. Yuck. I don't like any of this. Guess we could go solar panel, I guess. I'm gonna throw a fence right here. And this is where we're gonna keep just... Well, no, this is a small fence. Never mind. I was hoping for a medium fence. We can keep just 2 king crabs in it. So with a little more money, we could actually expand. So if we do that, making about 18k per turn, I think it gets very, very tight on us. So let's just play cautious here. We have to. I feel like we're just a few plays away and a key essence reward away from really taking this thing into orbit. Need home sweet home for sure. We got the Rabbit Apprentice. That's great. Need home sweet home now at this point. Blue wheat. Pastor. Yikes. None of these are really of any value to me. Yeah, this is nothing. Popsicle, I guess. We'll grab it out of spite. Now we are reaching in the couch cushions, looking for Looking for something here. Alright, let's draw our king crab and let's get him right there. And we should be able to get one king crab per turn, which would be helpful. Bird nest, sugar cane. See, every time you re-roll, I guess bird nest. Really don't love that. We got our solar panels, yay. Turns adjacent island into electric sunflower. Believe that just kills the production though. So why don't we go ahead and just throw some solar panels right here. Little increased energy, I suppose, never hurt anybody. Alright, we are almost there. We're almost there. We're knocking on the door. We just have to draw correctly. We really do. More medium fences. Yes. The answer is yes. So we can expand here. Drop in some more chickens in a fence. If we ever get a fence, that is. And do notice that the dealer's hand and the flush, I don't know if like one offsets the other, but obviously the flush is in effect here and the dealer's hand is not. The reason I have more than 4 cards is because of the rabbit apprentice. We finally got the king crab. Okay, so now I think we can get some meaningful action forward, which is great. We need it. We could go corn. Otherwise, we're looking at barns and let's go corn. I'm gonna throw 2 king crabs here, which should make use of rabbit apprentice and get us a king crab every single turn, but we'll find out. Perhaps it doesn't work like that. We do get home sweet home though. That's tremendous. You love to see that. That's exactly what we need. Now I feel like we can launch this into orbit. So we have king crabs in each of these. Let's just keep playing our crabs then. Let's get some more corn down. And let's see if we can take the meager, 18, 19K we've been making into the next stratosphere. So I must be misunderstanding. If 2 animals of the same group are on the same island, get a card of the cheapest animal of that group. So 2 king crabs. Obviously they're the same group, they're the same card. They're on the same island. And we're not getting a king crab card every turn. So I don't understand that one. Maybe somebody in the comments can help me understand. Is there something I'm missing or what's going on? Silo, mill. I mean, I guess we could get a mill. It's very uninspiring selection there. But that's okay. 25K now. Definitely making more. Do I have any more kings in my hand? No, I don't. Giant sunflower though. You betcha. We'll throw that one right there. And we don't have the money to expand. That kind of seems like a pretty normal thing in this run so far, at least. So we're unable to really double down, or quadruple down, I should say, on the giant sunflower, unfortunately. More chickens, yep. You betcha. I don't know how I feel about the flush. It seems to just delay your progress. I mean, obviously it's niche, right? Like, you can probably get I mean, it definitely has its value, definitely has its uses, without question. That's gonna be the last small fence in our hand. I think that's okay. Fisherman huts. Peanuts? Don't love that, but that's what we'll go with, kind of out of necessity. There's no barn in our hand either, so we're looking for a barn as well. Alright, 125k, we'll pay that up. And this very, I would use the word meager. The meager egg production here is going to all of these hungry crabs. So we need to get more chickens on the board. But the flush essence reward is really, really working against us. Here we go, here's another opportunity at some king crabs. So let's go ahead and take those. Let's get our crabs in place as we just kind of mindlessly draw cards. Chickens are gonna go there. I mean, I don't love adding more islands. I really don't. Getting 212 fish. I don't like adding more islands at this price. Peanuts, you're just gonna get skipped. Making about 50k at 46k. More giant chickens. Could certainly go with those. We'll take some more giant chickens. Load this up with some more chickens as well. I think we have to get some barns on our chickens too. It's gonna really help just boost that up. So now it looks like we're getting a giant chicken card every turn as well, which is good. You like to see that. Alright, we finally have some money to actually do something with here. Water's at plus 733. I think we're okay skipping by giant sunflower. I really hate re-rolling here. I really hate this, but I think it's necessary. And what did we get? We get a whole lot of nothing. So let's go solar panel. We can always just skip through it, I suppose. We're looking for fences. We're looking for barns. We're looking for crabs. 151 out of these crabs, though. So let's take a look. Looks to be about 4,500 crab legs for 26k. It is by far the most lucrative, even more so than the popcorn. So I really think there's something here. I wish this experiment would have worked, where you're getting a king crab card every turn, but it just didn't quite happen. That's alright, you learn new things about Terracards every time you play, am I right? +1 production of rabbits, fuel grapes, chocolate addiction. Okay, we'll take chocolate addiction. Maybe there's an Easter Bunny play in the future to really like take this nuclear, but we'll see. I keep drawing peanuts. It's really unfortunate. I almost feel like it's important to just play them because otherwise I'm just gonna keep drawing them. So we'll go Peanut Island right here. Maybe we'll get a crusher as well, but we need fences. Could really use some fences and some barns. There's a crusher, but we're not taking that. More giant chickens. We're getting one per turn, but we'll take it. Just not really in the business of getting what we need right now, are we? Let's take this island here. We have to clear some of this clutter out of our hands. I think we still have a few medium fences in our hand that would be really useful right now. Bunch of chickens. I mean, we could throw another chicken fence right here. And this is actually a pretty good one as well. Chicken fence right here would be nice with the barn, right? Yep. Just need to get that fence in our hand. Let's go. More crabs. We need them. Really need fences, but we do need crabs as well. We do get crabs every turn though. Do I roll by this? Do I do that? We need fences. We need barns. But of course, what do I get? A whole bunch of nothing. Yikes. Ouch. Okay, that one really hurt. Especially when you re-roll at a high cost and you just get nothing. And now I spent my expansion money effectively on a re-roll. So we could go right here. More crabs. Chickens, crabs. Now we gotta make some cash in a few days here, folks. Whoops, I should have played some animal cards. So let's play our chickens right here. Let's play our crabs right here. I regret taking these peanuts. If I'm being transparent, are they gone? Thankfully, they are gone. Apple tree bird nest. Medium fences, you betcha. No thanks on the solar panels. Are we gonna make it? Nope, we're not gonna make it. This massive failure, and I chalk it up to the flush. Definitely. I think I'm gonna have to do this again, for sure. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? I think there's really something to unlock here. Rabbit Apprentice, great. Flush, not great at all. And that's gonna be it, folks. So yeah, thanks for tuning in to the video. I expect to try this again, for sure. I think that we didn't quite get off the ground in the way that we thought. I tried a few things that were kind of in my head as feasible, viable options, and they just didn't shake out. One of them being the Rabbit Apprentice King Crab experiment. The other being, will flush work to get kind of more king crabs on the board? I guess you could say it kind of did, but it also really limited my hand and my flexibility to get the cards in my hand that I needed. And that's what worked against us. Of course, the expensive reroll also worked against us, but you know, that's money management on my part. I gotta be better there. But really, I think there's something here with the Crabtopia Empire. And I think I'm gonna try this again. See if I can't get further than day 131. That's just inexcusable. Anyways, folks, I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I'm always coming out with new Terracards videos on the channel, so you can consider me a resource for that kind of content, among others too. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you in the next video. Appreciate it.